Hello friends, I am doing a series of stretching videos in case anybody wants to also learn some basic stretches. These are stretches that I've learned from various people and also just developed myself through 30 years of training martial arts. My goal by the end of the year is to get the straddle splits. And so every morning when I wake up, I have my morning coffee, do my regular routines, and a part of those routines now is my stretching. And we always say that we're going to start tomorrow. Well, that just keeps perpetuating. We need to prioritize our health, guys. Stretching is a huge part of prioritizing our health. And the theme that keeps popping up in my mind is flexibility, and I think that's today's sponsor. Also, today's sponsor is green, because apparently that's just the color I'm wearing right now, and it's the color of the day. The color of the day is green. Anyway, so flexibility. And when I think of the word flexibility, I think of the words limber and stretching and expanding and all of the things. And not only in our bodies, but also our minds and our spirits. How often are we flexible with ourselves and with others? Our children, our coworkers, our friends, family, whatever. So the challenge today, folks, when you're watching this, is to try to remember to be flexible in all things and to find a balance between your mind, your body, and your spirit. That's my whole mantra in life, is finding the balance between those three things, and to only doing activities where possible that accomplish all three of those things. Yoga is one of those that challenges and helps to grow your mind, your body, and your spirit. Martial arts, breathing, meditation, swimming, dancing, moving your body, all of those things, connecting with the earth, all of that helps us to expand and grow and find balance in our minds, body, and spirit. So while I'm talking here, I'm going to be doing various stretches. Right now I'm just sitting on my feet. They're flat, so feel free to do that while we're talking here. And then I'll change positions and I'll talk some more. So the mighty bamboo. The mighty bamboo is, I've been learning a little bit about it recently. Turns out it's a type of grass. I thought it was a type of tree, but it's a type of grass that just grows like weeds. And it's the fastest growing land-based plant on Earth. Besides, the fastest growing plant on Earth is seaweed. And I guess the second would be bamboo. Bamboo is super strong. It's been compared to steel. When it blows in the wind, it bends, it does not break. It's practically impossible to break a healthy bamboo. It will bend and bend and bend, That's why they use it in a lot of furniture. It's very, very pliable. And it's very, very strong. So as you're trying to be flexible, don't try it, just be flexible. And you have to log in every single day and do your stretches. Stretch your mind, stretch your body, stretch your spirit. Okay? Let me show you one of the next things that I'm going to do. I'm going to cross my feet like this, one on top of the other in a cupping shape. I'm going to spread out my stance here a little bit, and then I'm going to roll my hips forward and sit back like this. Okay, I'm going to sit there for a minute and we can talk. The bamboo, when it is together with its friends and it sways in the wind, it creates a beautiful dance. I love watching bamboo videos. I've seen a couple of forests in my life, and to be able to stand in the middle of that and listen to the clinks and the clanks of the beautiful bamboo wood is something else. Like you're not going to experience that anywhere else. And I love the parable that it is there. Okay, go ahead and switch your feet. So we're stretching our ankles and our calves and all the things. I love the parable that or the picture that it paints for us, because the people that we surround ourselves with ought to be flexible, and we ought to be flexible with them. And whenever there's wind or weather or conditions that are, they cause us to sway and to bend, and some of us break, right? But when we're together, we're stronger. We don't bend as much. And I just love the picture that it paints. And if we're alone in life, which often happens, we need to learn how to be flexible and pliable and bendable. Okay, next one we're going to do, get on your hands and knees like this. Okay, and you're just going to sit back. My toes are on the ground like this. We're going to sit back with our toes like this. Our toes are doing this, so we're going to stretch our toes a little bit. I like to constantly talk about the quote, "Be like water, my friend," from Bruce Lee. Being like water. Our bodies are made mostly up of water. And when water stands still, say you have a pond and it doesn't have an inlet or an outlet. It's just a pond. It just sits there in the sun all day. It grows algae. It grows disease. It grows all sorts of terrible things. It's stagnant water. And that's what happens to our bodies, guys, when we stop moving and stretching. We need to have an inlet and we need to have an outlet. We're constantly having things feed us. People, energy, food, whatever it is. We have all these things coming at us. Well, what's our outlet, right? With our bodies, yeah, we've got the toilet, And but what about our spirits and our minds? We need outlets. We need things to constantly flow, right? I love to dance. I love to move my body. And so there I am. So we're here. Next one, sorry. Next one that we're going to do is we're going to go toe to toe, flat on the ground. Open up your stance wide. And you're just going to sit back like that. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to start widening our stance a little bit. But every single day of your life, think of ways in which you have an inlet and outlet. For me, I like to have a journal, whether it's an audio journal or a video journal or just a plain writing. That's an outlet to let out emotions, thoughts, ideas, whatever. I have friends that I can talk to at any time, and they have me to talk to. I have a higher power that I believe in, that I connect with. I like to do meditations and stretch while I'm doing those things. That's a form of inlet and outlet. So just think outside of the box. Wake up every morning and start your routines, and remember that other people's energy that's projected upon you, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to take it upon yourself. And if you desire to do that, that's a form of growth and stretching, but it also can be very painful, so beware. Okay, the next one that you're going to do is you're going to go down a little bit wider, and we're going to stay right here. I'm going to keep my hands on the ground here because I want the pressure off of my spine as I do this. And you're going to squeeze your legs together like this. So you're squeezing them like a clothespin, trying to pinch the earth. You're going to hold it for 10 seconds at a time. and then expand out. So what the trick is here is you're creating some resistance for these. You have two little tiny muscles here in the front of your pelvis that require development and stretching. And the best way that I've found to do that is through plyometric exercises and stretching. So pinching those legs together 10 seconds at a time and releasing. Okay? And you can really feel it in those tiny muscles. Once those are developed to a certain point, those tiny muscles allow you to do the splits. When you see gymnasts and martial artists doing the splits, it's not because they've torn their muscles. It's because they've developed those muscles, those tiny muscles. I'm going to go down a little bit further. All right. So back to the topic, being like water, being like bamboo, we can talk about those things all day long, but at the end of the day, be you. Be authentic. Be authentic with others. Let's learn to communicate in such a way that allows people to know where we're at, know our boundaries, and know our energy. I'm pretty clear with my friends and family now. You can go down to your elbows for an additional stretch here. I'm pretty clear with my friends and family where I am with my energy and my boundaries with certain topics. So it's really, really refreshing when you can be yourself at all times. You don't have to put on any masks whatsoever. I think that's just what we do. We put on too many masks every single day, depending on the person that we're spending time with. No more of that. No more masks. Let's be our authentic selves at all times. Because in order to find balance with your mind, your body, and your spirit, the anxiety that comes into our minds is put there by fear. And it's put there when we're not present with the people that we're with, and we're not present with ourselves, right? So anxiety comes when you have fear. And you're living in the past and you're living in the future. That's where our anxiety comes from. And when we learn to unplug from both of those things and we learn to live in the now, we put down our phones and our devices and we clear our minds through meditation, or we have an outlet, right? Moving forward, whoever you're with, you're going to spend time with, yourself or with a loved one, friends, family, strangers even. You can be present with them and they'll know that you're being present with them. Okay, next one that we're going to do, you can bring your legs together. I'm just going to sit back again. Yes. Now I'm going to sit on my side, swing my legs around here. And I'm going to give myself a big old hug. Balance on your bum. Take your feet off the ground like this. And you can alternate your legs. Just balancing. Nothing but your bum is touching the ground. You can stretch your feet. Put them both out there. You can do flutter kicks. You can open it up. The trick is to help develop your core, make it nice and strong like a tree trunk, so that whatever movements come your way, right, you'll be able to dance them off and just keep moving. So there's my basic stretching for today. Another thing that you can do, that I like to do on a daily basis, is I make a nice diamond shape with my legs here. And then I try to touch my forehead to my toes. And it's not my fault if your feet stink, okay? And when you're down here and you're breathing through your nose and out your nose, you'll feel your body naturally expanding and contracting, and that expansion and contraction, you'll feel it in your pelvis, okay? And it's those tiny amounts of stretching that your body naturally does, including when you're in this stance here. You can stretch your back just by breathing. So hug yourself nice and tight. Expand those lungs. And exhale. You can feel it. Just the slightest expansion, you'll feel it in your muscles that need to be stretched. Back to this stance here, where you're pinching the ground. If you really sink into that and you're breathing, you can definitely feel that in your pelvis area for the stretching of those two tiny muscles. Anyway, that's it for today, folks. I hope you're able to just learn something here, stretching, or have some ideas that I just like sharing ideas. I have a lot of things that come to my head, and I figured rather than having a conversation with myself, I might as well just record it and put it out to the world. If somebody's interested in it, cool. If not, I don't really give a shit. So anyway, love you all. Enjoy.